Well, speaking of a win, definitely a win with this forecast. We finally have begun to thaw out since the last 24 hours after quite the cold and icy week. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Today, just the same. A little bit warmer compared to yesterday. We warmed up into the low to mid 50s to a few 40s to our north and east. Right now, we are sitting under mostly clear skies, 47 degrees, a little bit of a breeze out of the south and west. It's going to be a chilly night. Temperatures will be dropping to around the upper 30s. We'll be seeing the increase in cloud cover once again. So we started off our day with cloudy skies, saw some of that sunshine, and the clouds do return, but we have more sunshine to enjoy in the forecast heading into our Sunday, and some warmer temperatures as well. We'll be seeing highs back into the 60s with a warming trend continuing on into the new week. So some good news there. I'll let you know if we're expecting any changes and when our next chance for any precipitation is coming our way. More on that is in the forecast coming up in minutes.
All right, thanks, Krellis. Now we are in the clear, but after those storms this week, people in southeast Arkansas are still without power. More than 30,000 Arkansans are in the dark tonight. In a Facebook post, Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas crews say they're focused on outages in the CNL electric coverage area and Ouachita service areas near Camden. They tell us that more than 135 highly skilled linemen are working right now to restore services as soon as possible. Tonight, the FBI search continues for Neil Ravi Mehta. The feds raided Mehta's house in Fort Smith on Tuesday, where they found weapons, bombs, and cash. The FBI had search warrants at Mehta's home and business. Bomb techs managed to avoid any major explosions while turning up large amounts of cash in both U.S. and foreign currencies. A laundry list of federal agencies have joined the FBI and ATF in this investigation. Neighbors say the operation began around 7 a.m. Tuesday and lasted all day.
We had no idea on what had happened, you know. As it turned out, you know, as it went on, that's when we learned. We heard a couple of bombs go off. One was in the garage, one was in the house, and they were shooting the flashbangs.
The FBI in Houston says Mehta has connections there, but the agency is asking everyone to report any tips and to consider him armed and dangerous. U.S. fighter jets shot down the suspected Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina today. The balloon was spotted in the region over the water. Michael George reports.
The Pentagon says American fighter jets shot down the Chinese spy balloon just off the Carolina coast on Saturday. Shortly after, President Biden said he ordered the move against the balloon as its cross-country flight over much of the U.S. widened a growing rift between the U.S. and China.
They successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did it. I told them to shoot it down.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
But the recommendation
They said to me, let's wait till the safest place to do it.
2 Navy ships, including one equipped with a heavy crane for payload recovery efforts, are in the vicinity. In a statement, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said the U.S. Northern Command brought down the surveillance balloon over the water off the coast of South Carolina in U.S. airspace. Earlier this week, it was spotted over Montana, home to sensitive military sites, then Missouri, and continued to head east to the Carolinas. The balloon incident prompted Secretary of State Antony Blinken to postpone his planned visit to Beijing this weekend.
It's a violation of our sovereignty. It's a violation of international law.
In a statement, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said, quote, "In actuality, the U.S. and China have never announced any visit. The U.S. making any such announcement is their own business, and we respect that." Michael George, CBS News.
And just hours ago, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson tweeted that he hopes recovery of the balloon's debris will give more answers on its intent. Hutchinson also called on President Biden to address the nation regarding what he calls aggression from China. A police officer's job isn't always just about fighting crime. In some calls, Little Rock police come in contact with someone battling mental illness. Tonight, THV 11's Frederick Price joins us to talk about a program the department is using to make sure all officers know what to do in a mental health crisis situation. Frederick?
Yes, Sarah, over the last few years, LRPD tells me they focused a lot on de-escalating situations involving people battling mental illness. Well, instead of throwing them in jail, officers are taking them off the streets and to a facility that aims to help.
It's a new world. Things are done differently now. And so we've got to adapt to the times.
One of those ways LRPD spokesperson Mark Edwards tells me is using a program where police can recognize when people are experiencing mental illness.
When we encounter these situations out in the field, need to know how to respond, how to react.
It's known as Crisis Intervention Training, or CIT. Arkansas law requires at least 20% of a police department's force to have this training.
It's a 40-hour training that we take.
Jonathan Tolentino is among the nearly 200 CIT trained LRPD officers.
We do, scenarios. We get different, doctors that come in and talk to us.
Oftentimes, he says people with mental illness, at least out in public, are seen as trouble.
When they call it in, they assume that this person is on some kind of narcotic or something just because of their erratic behavior.
Tolentino describes a situation where the training came in handy when he was dealing with someone experiencing a mental health emergency.
And once you get there, talk to them, kind of, level with them and, kind of ask them a few more questions rather than just see what they're doing.
He believes this training reaches people and gives officers the chance to help.
The very last thing we want to do is take anyone to jail for that.
Instead, officers can bring people to LRPD's Crisis Stabilization Unit.
They house you there. They have doctors that go in there and kind of work with you. They provide you medication.
After an assessment, people can have a 2 to 4 day voluntary stay. Additionally, doctors can get the person into a 30-day program for alcohol and substance abuse if needed.
Well, right now, LRPD has 2 social workers to help the city's homeless population and assist people suffering from mental illness. The department is looking to hire 2 more social workers and get more officers CIT certified. Sarah?
All right, thank you, Frederick. Now, another need Arkansas is looking to fill. We're facing a critical blood shortage. That's according to our Blood Institute, formerly the Arkansas Blood Institute. They tell us that the winter weather caused a significant slowdown in blood donations. Now, in order for hospitals to have what they need, they're holding blood drives like this one held earlier at McCain Mall. If you want to help out, you're urged to contact the Arkansas Blood Institute.